Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We are hopping back into our game with MA-Agartha. It is turn 65, I believe. Last episode we had a very painful time as we got kind of crushed by Yis, and we're regrouping. This episode we are pressing into Vanarus, who seems to be a much more squishy target. Okay, we cast Twiceborn. We have a bunch of battles. We'll just click through these real quick. Okay, we're gonna them. Actually, we'll just click through and see if there's any resistance here. Okay. No resistance. No resistance. No resistance. No resistance. No resistance. Wow, that was a lot of no resistances. Okay, I'm glad we didn't click on those each individually. We got a crystal coin in a lab and some pearls. This is a really good event. And here we have +3 to minion, and we had some afflictions cured. Yeah, this guy, I don't know if I mentioned, he is now no longer afflicted. Recuperation, as I mentioned before, does not get rid of old age afflictions, but healers do, and I have a healer in the province with him, so we're good to go there. He's casting Lichcraft. One of these battles, actually, we'll show you this one. This was us going on top of Vanarus's cap. Okay, and I was expecting there would possibly be a fight, so I put out Astral Tempest. And it can hurt my liches, so I have to be a little careful, but it's kind of unlikely. You can see Shadow Blast coming out. Yeah. They route pretty quickly. My Sentinel, I really didn't even need my Sentinels in this fight, but... And Yis is very happy not attacking us. I think they know that they would rather fight me on the land. But so far they can't get to me on the land. I have Vanarus up here, but as Vanarus falls, I'll be in much better shape. So... yeah. What to do? Okay, so this guy is casting Teleport. We are sending him... Where is he going to teleport to? Assist? I forget what the hotkey is to show. Map filter options, names. Assist, where are you? Okay, right here. So, these guys seem to be out alone. They don't seem to have much mage support. And golems are pretty good at picking off dudes without mage support. This is kind of how you would kit a golem for that. You can give them any kind of shield. A fire shield's pretty good. The sword doesn't really matter. I think I just got this because I don't even know why I got it. So I don't have a fist. You have to have Astral 3 to teleport. You can either do a crystal coin, and then you can have a better hat. And then you can put good armor on them. I'm actually just putting a shroud because... they get my freaking awesome bless. And then I'll give them Boots of the Stone. Boots of Trampling are also nice. That way if you run into Skelly Spam, you can kind of just run through it. And then this is optional. This gives you Pearls, so if you want to do Returning, you can kind of zap yourself home. And in case there's Storm Demons or Air Mages, which is kind of Vanarus's specialty, I will have Shock Resistance, so I'll have a good shot at holding up against them. So he's going to teleport here and hopefully cut these guys off who... Like, what Vanarus is probably thinking is either he's going to sit in here, but he has kind of big armies, so he may A, move this army here, and then next turn move both those armies on top. And then if I do this with my golems, I will really disrupt him, because I'm going to jump in here, kill this army, and then this smaller army, or this army will come on top. Now this army has some mages in it, so it's possible I could die, but I'm not really worried. Golems aren't super weak to Astral Mages, so I should be fine. Yeah. But this will kind of disrupt his plans to reinforce. Now the other alternative is he's going to break siege this turn, right, and he would move this army in to defend. Well, if I teleport on top of them, then they're not going to be able to defend. So that is the thinking there. We're going to be moving... lots of guys through. This guy is going to be coming in with Thunderfind and Fog Warriors. And yeah, this will be Now, I have to be a little careful, and you know, I probably should have done like a lead shield or something to get her magic resistance up, because she's a little vulnerable, not much, but because she kind of has a fair amount of HP, 23. Little vulnerable to Astral Tempest. But anyway, such is life. Thug living. Now, I don't have scouts over here. We are going to take this. We're going to be doing the body ethereal on top of this guy, and he'll run in and kill them. It's really nice. If you find shamans with this nation, it's so good. Not only does this nation need astral access, but you can really thug these guys out hard, because you can give them armor, like this guy has, and then cast body ethereal on them, and they're so hard to kill. Yeah. So anyway, he's going to be doing this. Just sending a scout here to ping, see what he's got cooking in there. And yeah, that's it. In terms of this, we're sending this guy in, and he can potentially raid this Oracle, but I'm not sure. So that is about it. I'm kind of hoping he attacks me, but I'm kind of thinking he won't. Yeah. Okay, I think that does that, and I think we'll go to the next turn. So that was turn 65, and we are going to turn 66. Turn 66, we cast a bunch of things. Living Mercury. So I'll explain what this is for. Somebody had commented that I should have been casting this more, especially underwater, and that's probably correct. I probably should have, but I didn't. And these things do so much damage too, so I probably definitely should have cast them, because my issue underwater is I wasn't really able to dish out damage quickly enough. Anyway, I have different plans for these Living Mercury. These Living Mercury I'm going to use to suicide some of my guys, because I'm thinking one of my in-game plays might be putting up Underdark. I already have Death Scales, and if I go Underdark, then I have probably lower upkeep to income than everybody else, and if all my guys die, I don't really care. I can totally live off gems, but everybody else would be hurt a little. The only person who's not, and it's a big person, is Jotunheim, and that's because they have a strong blood economy. So generally, blood does kind of okay. Underdark up, but anyway, it would certainly kill Yes, which is not something I'm against. But yeah, anyway, I could potentially. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so. We'll watch this battle. This is where this guy was teleporting. And you can see we did catch this little troop. Unsupported. And we have Astral Shield, Body Ethereal. And actually your Marble Oracles make better raiders or thugs than these guys do if you can get Body Ethereal cast on them. They can carry armor, so they can self-bless. The only thing they don't really have is Astral Shield, which, as you can see, is doing actually a good bit of work here, whereas most of them are paralyzed. Yeah, so they basically just get murdered. And it's not even regenerating because he's above his max HP. So, yeah. Meanwhile, this guy attacked here. And so this is my national hero, who is, I believe, Earth 3, Water 1. And you can see his script here. Divine Blessing. Liquid Body. I don't see his next thing. What is he casting? I don't even know if he's going to finish. Okay, well, he's got... I don't know. He may have it looks like he cast Iron Warriors because his protection is through the roof. It's almost 40. This is about as high as you can ever see protection. Yeah, so it's super high. So his guys have all kind of run in. I think these guys are on Guard Commander, so we're going to see what happens here. Now, one of the challenges with this is... this guy is mindless, so if the battle times out, I'm screwed. But, okay, that's actually not true. I have a Berserker Axe on it for just this reason. So when the battle does time out, he will not retreat. And it's really getting into a little bit of blood with Agartha is really important for us. Otherwise, I would have lost. But instead, I get a full rout from him. They all retreated back in here, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, anyway. We basically cut off almost all his income. And in like 3 or 4 turns, we've taken all his stuff. And really what happened is he was really crippled from this war with Pan. And he took most of his stuff and expanded up here with it. And then when I decided to attack him, he didn't really have much to defend. And I talked to the player too. He was basically expecting it. In fact, he was kind of surprised it took me so long to do it. But anyway. We have our blood hunting operation still going. We are not quite ready yet to do vampires, though hopefully we will. It's actually pretty damn slow getting into vampires, but in terms of research, we're chugging up there too. We have to get all the way to blood 8, or 7, sorry, with Curse of Blood. It's going to take a while. Yeah, so that's basically it. We're going to be... I'm hoping he'll kind of raid here, and if he does, we'll try to catch him. But if not, I don't know. But now, unfortunately, I have a route to Yis, so Yis can kind of come and attack me on land, which means he can do his Gift of Heaven spam, which I'm sure he is wetting his pants that he finally gets to get. And I have some counters to that. I can do Earthquake and Bone Grinding and stuff potentially, but we'll see. The thing is, the range of Gift of Heavens is really long, and if he gets those off quickly, I'm going to lose my really expensive stuff that I bring, so it's a little dangerous. Yeah, so we're working on this fort. In terms of, are we damaging it? We started to destroy the walls, but not yet. I think, let me see. I know I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I actually did it. I'm thinking about using Crumble to break these walls down. I don't think I did it, though. Yeah, I didn't. We're making an Iron Phase here that's going to go probably on one of my Fairy Queens. And then we're getting more statues. So this is a pretty big statue army. Like it's, I think, over 100. Yeah, it's about 120 probably statues. And that's a lot. It's hard enough to kill like 10 of them. It's really, really hard to kill a honey. The water elemental is kind of will do it eventually. And I've got this guy. I'm kind of, this is the MA-Agartha kit, if you can do it. You get these guys set up, and if you don't have my Gem Gen mod on, you can do this with other gear. You basically have to get your Astral Path higher, so you put a crystal coin on with Claim of Pearls, and then you have to carry some gems, or you have a crystal shield. Anyway. But yeah. This guy, in conjunction with kind of a big army. This guy I think I have doing Curse of Stones, which is kind of weak, but I have a bunch of magic penetration items on him. Like, he has 4 magic penetration, so it will actually affect a fair number, whereas normally it doesn't really affect that many. So we'll see. This is kind of an okay army. And aside from that, I think we're going to scoot forward onto the next turn, which is... Whoops. Turn 67. More Mercuries. We have a battle here in Lake Seaweed. Okay, so he's attacking me. He thinks he's got it. Let's see what happens. Okay, wait, I'm casting spells. Power of the Spheres. I think this is my first time really using Astral Tempest against Yis. So it will probably surprise him some. I don't know if he has... I don't think he has access to anti-magic, but we'll see. Oh, he's got a Spectral Mage. Okay, so he's got Fog Warriors. The spells that have come up is Friendly Currents and Shark Attack and Rigor Mortis. Rigor Mortis is mine, of course, which is going to really hurt his casters. So that is a lot of water elementals, and I'm not particularly looking forward to trying to kill those. I've got some of my own, so I'm kind of skipping forward a few turns if it looks jerky. It's going to take too long. It doesn't really run very fast with a battle this big. So these guys are already fatigued out, and they will not be coming off fatigue most likely with Rigor Mortis up. So I don't have to worry about that. And then because my guys are basically holding, this guy's a little, I don't know why I had him out here, but he's probably going to get raped by these water elementals. Yeah, as soon as he gets surrounded by water elementals, he's just gonna like pop. You know, it doesn't even matter that he has 27 protection. These guys are just going to pummel right through that. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. Okay, he seems to be holding up okay. We're doing Liquefy, which is actually like an instant kill. Some of them are casting that. Weapons of Sharpness. So I'm relying mostly on buffs. I'm not really doing a lot of evocations, which is a little tricky, especially versus Fog Warrior stuff. And I don't know why you can't see Rigor Mortis here. Maybe it has to do with the fact this battle is kind of waiting my computer out. How is this guy doing? 96, so I think we're almost to the point where he will trigger regeneration. Okay, and like that, he just popped. He's down to 15. That was one turn. So these water elementals are going to chew through statues. This guy has more protection, 36, but yeah, he may still die. Yeah, he seems to be holding up a little better. He's got Hemus, so he's trying to crush them. I don't think that's a good idea, though, running into a bunch of water elementals. If we look back here, let's see if we're getting any lucky. No, we don't have any sharks attacking them here. Okay, he's died. I skipped forward to like a couple turns. Shadow Blast coming out. It's like a very, very slow battle. So we go, we go, we go. Are we killing them? I don't know, not particularly quickly. These water elementals regenerate at a rather alarming rate. So we've killed the water elementals. The battle's still going. You can see these earth mages are casting Shatter, which is really good at dealing with lifeless stuff, which is what these guys are. And we are killing a lot of them, though this one right here is proving particularly resilient and killing a bunch of my dudes. Like, this guy here is probably gonna die. Let's see. And these guys are, I mean, they're pretty well kitted out for fighting. I mean, they have weapons of sharpness. Their attacks do 27. We have 2 of them per square. But this battle's going on too long. I can't kill their stuff quite fast enough. Okay, Yis routed. I finally killed enough of his crap. All his guys are fatigued out now from Rigor Mortis being up so long. Some of these guys didn't even make it across the battlefield. My skeleton hordes are chasing after them, but then I rout. And unfortunately what that means is all of my mindless units are going to die, because that's fair and balanced. So that was just the most frustrating fight. Not only is it really hard to watch, because the game goes really slow, but yeah, all my shit dies, and none of it really should have died. My golem died. Yeah, it's really annoying. And then I guess it's kind of a draw. Yes, this guy's retreated off too, but That's so annoying. Like when you win a fight like that, which is just this ugly slugfest, and then all your units die and all of his retreat. Or really, I mean, you killed almost all of his. Yeah, that's so annoying. So, I'll let you in on a little secret. The game's ended, and this has happened a few more times in the game, and this is like the most annoying mechanic. There are some ways to counter it. I never ended up doing in this game, but the ways you would counter it are with Growing Fury. So I probably should have been casting that. Didn't really. But anyway, this is kind of the only way to counter it, and I think it works on golems. So I haven't actually used it yet, but... so this was a huge defeat. I lost 100 golems. I mean, 100 sentinels, which, if you think about how much that is in terms of earth gems, you know, one sentinel is worth about 3. So that's like 300 earth gems. Just poof, plus my golem. Ugh. So horribly annoying. Here's the global enchantments. You can see Jotunheim has a ton of stuff up. He's got Gift of Health, Eternal Pyre, and Mother Oak. He's using Gift of Health for Tartarian spam, and then these are giving him pretty good income. I've got Earthblood Depot, which is really good, but Stellar Focus, which is kind of crap. So he's definitely winning the global war. So, like, taking battles like this, where I lose everything, like, I can't afford to do that and then still win the game. So anyway, thanks to this really extremely wildly annoying game mechanic, and it's really combined with the fact that underwater there's all sorts of just stalling tactic stuff, like water elemental spam on the water stalls the game so hard. They take forever to kill. And movement is slow underwater. Like you can see my guys were crawling across the battlefield. And Shark Attack is one of the most rigged spells. I don't think he cast it that battle, but that can stall out underwater fights, and he will cast it in the future. Yeah, basically, underwater, there's this like stall mechanic. Underwater fights, you can't do a lot of the good evocation stuff. So underwater fights take forever. And there's not much you can do about it. Like all the big battlefield wipe spells, like Firestorm, the only one that does work is Astral Tempest, and I had that up. Firestorm doesn't work underwater. Wrathful Skies doesn't work underwater. Earthquake does not work underwater, which doesn't really make sense because you can totally have earthquakes underwater. Am I missing? I don't think there's a water one. Water, air, and death doesn't really have one. No. So, possibly the most annoying thing ever. Yeah. Like when you win the fight, you kill all of them. They can't kill any of your stuff to speak of, and then you lose everything. And it's not like I just lost a bunch of like skeletons. I lost 300 earth gem sentinels. So anyway, the plan though is still to take this. We'll take this. I can probably, if this army, if I can win and run up through here, I'm probably going to be in good shape. But this is kind of my last hurrah for this army. If I lose this army, I'm basically out of the game. I mean, I can save more, but the thing is, I'm not fighting Yis, really. Yis is just sandwiched between me and Jotunheim, and I'm fighting Jotunheim, and he's spamming out Tartarians every turn, and is deep into blood magic. Me, I took death scales. I mean, I have a lot of income, but... I mean, kind of. Total income 3,000. I mean, I took death scale, so I have rather shitty income. I have pretty good gem income, but not awesome. Or it's kind of awesome. But all my stuff is dying all the time. You know, like I get an unlucky mind blast, or the mind burn from Astral Tempest, and it kills my 20 HP Fairy Queen or something, you know. So anyway, I'm suffering too much attrition and have too little of the late game scaling to fight Jotunheim if I lose another major battle like that, to especially some, excuse my French, but garbage game mechanic. Well, that's me kind of complaining. The statues are super strong. They need to have a weakness. But it's really combined with being underwater. There's no big evocation spells that you can really do. And there's so many stalling tactics that it's really annoying. And then you're like, okay, well, I should go on land. Well, I can't go on land because his Astral Communions of Gift of Health would probably wreck me, though I might be able to, if I had like 4 people dropping turn 1 Earthquake, I might be okay. But he could do Mass Flight too, because he definitely has air paths. Yeah, I don't know. And he probably could do it turn 1, I'm not sure. But anyway. And then if I lose one of those, then I would lose the game. So that is basically it for this episode. As you can see, it's not necessarily going well, though we are eating Vanarus. We are losing all of our capital, which is our Earth Gems tied up in our units. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you guys next episode.